Alright, so let's go and get started. Now, I'm going to review real quickly what we were doing yesterday because I know that the audio was not that great. I hope you can hear me a little bit better now. I'm a little bit closer to the laptop. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background, but it's going to probably happen. Alright, so yesterday we were looking at writing equations, and example 1, they actually gave you the slope, so the m was -1, okay? And they were telling you that it had to pass through the point 8, 5. Okay, notice that we don't have a b. We need the b in order for us to write it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay, we don't have it, so that's what we're looking for. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to label this x and y. Okay, and you are going to replace it into y equals mx plus b. So the y is 5, I'm going to put the 5. The m is -1. The x, I'm going to put in parentheses and it's 8. And then the b, we don't know what it is, we're looking for it. -1 times 8, that gives me -8. So I'm going to have 5 equals -8 plus b. And then of course, if I want to move the 8 to the other side, I'm going to do +8 plus 8. So we have, and I'm going to move it to the side, 13 equals b. Okay, now that you have those two pieces of information, we have the b and we have the m. Now you can go ahead and substitute them in here to write your equation. So your equation is going to look like this. Y equals -1 x plus 13. Make that plus a little bit better, plus 13, because that is a positive 13. Okay, and then of course you don't really need that -1. I could have just wrote -x plus 13, and this is my answer. Okay, so that's the main idea for all of these. You need to have a slope and you need to have a b. Okay, now in this case they had already given you the slope, but in my other cases, like in example number 4, they didn't give me the slope already. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at example 4. So they didn't give me the slope. Remember, I'm trying to write it in y equals mx plus, what is this? Mx plus b form, right? So I need the m and I need the b. I don't have any of those, but I do have 2 points and I can find the slope using my slope formula. So step 1 is find the slope. Okay, so I'm going to label it x1, y1, x2, y2, and I'm going to use my formula m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 8, y1 is 5, x2 is 4, x1 is -2, which leaves me with 3 over 6 or 0.5. Okay, so now I have the m, okay, and I'm going to need this m for later. I'm going to use it. Now pick a point, doesn't matter which one you want. I'm going to pick the first one, so I'm going to do step 2, I need to find the b. Find b. So I'm going to pick let's pick the second one, 4, 8. And I'm going to use my slope as 0.5. Okay, I'm going to label it x, y, and I'm going to replace it for y, that's 8, m is 0.5, and then x is 4, and then I don't know what b is, I need to find it. 0.5 times 4 gives you 2, and then I need to move that 2 to the other side, so -2. That leaves me 6 equals b. Okay, so that's my b. Now I can use b and m to substitute them again into this formula, and my answer would be y, well, what is this? Not what I was looking for, the pen. Y equals 0.5 x plus 6, and that will be your answer. Now I didn't finish these other ones yesterday, so I'm gonna just give you an idea of one. So let me go ahead and put these. Again, if you already understood these, you don't really need to do them, but I didn't go over them, so I'm going to go over them now. And you have y-intercept of -3. That means that I'm looking at this point right there. That point is 0, -3. Okay. X-intercept of 7. That means I am at 7. I hope I counted right. That point right here is the point 70. And then I could just do the exact same thing. I'm going to go to step 1 and find the slope first. That's x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to do 0 minus -3, and then 7 minus 0. And that leaves me with 3/7. That will be my new slope. And then I can pick whichever one of these I want. And actually, I don't even need to find B because they're already giving me B right here, right? So then I could either find it using the same way that I did on problem number 4, or I can be a little bit smart and work less, right? Y equals mx plus B. And I already know that m is 3/7 because I just found it. And then B is, again, it's right there, so -3. And that's my answer. Okay. All right, and let's go on to another one. Number 6, I want a horizontal line through -2, 6. So I'm going to make my little graph just to kind of help me. -2, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right there. And I want a horizontal line. A horizontal line is going to go like this. And notice that it's going to hit my y-axis right there. Okay, so right here. That means the equation of that line is y equals 6. That's my final answer. Okay. And then finally, number 7. It is very similar. So finally, let's look at this one. I think that's as high as it goes. You have your graph, and you're at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 5, -3. And you want a vertical line. So this time your line has to go up and down like that. Okay, and this line touches your x-axis here at 5. So my answer to this one is just x equals 5. Okay, so that's all you have to do for these. Now, go ahead and look through your notes right now for your bell activity and finish them off. Be ready to ask any questions that you may have. Or tell me where you got stuck or where you didn't understand what was going on, because we're moving on to something else. Okay? All right.